Take a look at the candidate's resume, okay? And if you see the candidate having moved in the past from company A to company B and using your industry and your professional knowledge within your industry, you know that his new job back then at company B actually paid less than company A, either a horizontal move or it was a downgrade of his salary or maybe of his position. Okay, just ask him, why did you move from company A to company B, from that position to this position? This can be 3 years ago or 20 years ago. Okay, just ask him. An example of a very good question would be something like this. Oh yeah, that was 25 years ago, and I moved myself and my whole family from wherever we were to Silicon Valley, Bay Area, and it was just before the dot-com bubble crashed. 6 months after I got there, the dot-com bubble crashed. It was the crash of 2000 and 2001. It crashed, and I was out of work. We just bought a brand new house in the San Francisco Bay Area, and we had zero equity in the house. We couldn't sell it because we were upside down. The housing, because the dot-com bubble crashed, the job market crashed, the housing also went down, so we couldn't sell it, and we were upside down, and so we were stuck. Okay, my wife also moved with me, so were our kids at the time, and she got a job in the non-tech industry, and then my kids just started going to school, and then we were stuck with this house that we couldn't sell because it was upside down. So I ended up taking a position that paid 20% less at the time. I just swallowed my pride. I did whatever I needed to do, what I had to do for myself, for my family, for my children, for their schooling. Okay, I did whatever I had to do. So I took a position that paid 20% less, and it took me 2 years to get back to where I was financially and also in terms of my career advancement. So here's the analysis of that example answer. That was actually a very good answer, okay? Because it indicates the candidate, he was and he is willing to do whatever is necessary. He is willing to swallow his pride, okay, for what's important. And he understood long-term versus short-term. Short-term pain for long-term gain. And he's a very responsible person. Usually, if people are responsible to their families, to their own children, they are a responsible person, and then they tend to be, relatively speaking, okay, responsible individuals on the job and responsible individuals for the company. And they are reliable. They make reliable employees. So that was an example of a good answer to a covert job interview question. All right. Question number 2. Point at a past job on the resume of the candidate and ask the candidate, what did you gain or how did you benefit from this particular past job? And here's an example of a very good answer. You might go something like this. Yeah, that was my first job when I was 16, working for a particular well-known fast food company. And on my first day, I learned from my boss at the time, if you can't make the customer happy, at the very least, don't make them angry. That is a very good lesson for a 16-year-old to learn. And then if he answered, that's what he gained because he learned the value, the importance of making customer happy or preventing the customer from getting angry, it indicates that this candidate values learning as his personal gain, which means if you hire him, he will also be humbly learning whatever he needs to learn and from you, both in terms of professional technical skills, but also in terms of industry knowledge, wisdom, and insights. In this knowledge-based economy, it's kind of sort of important that you need to hire people who value learning, who value career advancement, who value their self-development, personal development. Question number 3. Ask the candidate, so what are you looking for at our company that you don't currently have at your current company? An example of a really, really bad answer is, Yeah, I'm looking for a place that can come in as late as I want, smoke a joint in the office, drink beer, and you, the boss, you wouldn't mind. The idea is I am looking for less responsibility, being held accountable less, a place whereby I can do less for more money, where I can goof off more and for more money. And it's all, what can I get away with? You want to watch out this sort of mindset. That is, what or how much can I get away with? Question number 4. Tell me about an accomplishment that you're truly proud of. Tell me about a change or a project that was your idea. You initiated it with your boss and you saw it all the way to completion. And here's an example of a very good answer. It might go something like this. I'm the janitor. I sweep the floor for a living. One time, I hated the broom I was given. I went broom shopping on my own. I found another brand, another model of broom, and I presented the new broom to my boss and why and how this new broom will benefit everyone, including my boss, the company, and myself, and the crew, and everyone else. And to my surprise, after 2 conversations, of evaluating, helping the boss to evaluate, presenting all the reasons and how it's going to benefit everybody, my boss changed the broom supplier to the broom of my choice. And that was a good day. You see, that is a very good answer because it shows the candidate is responsible and he takes initiatives. When he observes, when he sees situations whereby there's room for improvement, he goes out of his way to improve the situation, not just for himself, but for the whole team and the company and the boss and everybody, outside customers, outside vendors. So that's the sort of candidate that you want to be on your team working with you. You don't want those candidates to be with your business competitor. That's how your competitor will collect all the good employees and let you have all the bad employees, and your competitor is going to drive you out of business in a hurry. And question number 5 is actually a follow-up to question number 4. And in question 4, the candidate said he successfully convinced the boss to replace the broom supplier. Okay, so in question 5, in the next question, in the following up question, just ask him, so why does this mean so much to you? An example of a good answer could be something like this. The old broom was making me slow. And I heard this notion of presenting ideas to bosses. I heard it's called managing up. So I thought I'd give it a try. I thought I would practice and improve my influence and my persuasion skills. Okay? That is a very good answer because it shows the candidate is into self-development. He is into challenging himself to venture outside his comfort zone, to do what's not necessarily on the job description, but it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do because it's beneficial for everybody. The company, the team, himself, the boss, outside customers, and outside vendors. And he was willing to go the extra mile, the extra inch, or the extra mile, or the extra step to improve. Okay, constant improvement, not only for the company, but for himself. He was challenging himself to improve himself, not just his technical skills, but also his ability to lead, to influence and persuade. At least on that one project, changing the broom, he was the leader. He showed leadership initiative. And that's a very good candidate. And he wasn't doing it to grab power. He was doing it for the greater good of the team, the company, and then outside customers and outside vendors. Question 6 and question 7 combined. Question 6. Tell me about the biggest mistake you ever made in your professional life. Notice you're not asking him about the biggest mistake he ever made in his personal life. Okay? Question 7. The next question. These 2 questions goes hand in hand. The next question is, so what did you learn from that particular mistake? the biggest mistake you ever made in your professional life? You see, the beauty of the above two questions are the following. Good employees, they don't think making mistakes is shameful. They think refusing to learn from mistakes is shameful. And they have no problem sharing with others what they learned from their mistakes. And in order to share what they learned from their mistakes, they have to share what that mistake was. So good employees, they have no issue, sharing the mistake they made and what they learned from their mistakes. And they believe refusing to learn from mistakes is shameful. They don't believe making mistakes is shameful. However, on the other hand, professional con artists, they never think about how to improve their skills as an employee. They think about how to improve their skills as a con artist. And they will never share their secrets as a con artist with prospective future employers, with hiring managers. That's their secret. So they won't be able to answer this question. You will see them choking on it. But a good employee, they have no problem just coming out and tell you what mistakes they made and what they learned from it. And you will also notice a sense of pride in how they learned from it. To them, that's just an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to improve, an opportunity to become better, so they become more capable, so they can do more, and then they can contribute more, they can help more, and as a result, they can earn more for themselves. Next question. Question 8. What do you like the most about your current or your past job or your boss? And what do you like the least, or what do you hate the most about your current or your past job or boss? This can be the current position or one of their past jobs on their resume. And then get a stopwatch and time their answers. If they spend 5 seconds on what they like and 30 minutes on what they hate, don't hire them. They are negative, they have a victim mentality, and you have zero hope of ever making them happy. You will never be able to please them. They will sue you for giving them a job. You want to hear the attitude that goes something like this. Oh yeah, sure, there are problems everywhere, nothing I can't handle. Besides, and plus, if there were no problems, why would you hire me? Why would anyone be paying me for? What are you paying me for if you have no problems to solve? That's the attitude. That's the mindset that you want to hire. You don't want to hire a complainer who is negative with a victim mindset. You want to hire someone who came here to solve problems. And they have that attitude of, I solve problems. Question 9. The name of the question is, what went wrong? That's not the exact wording of the question, but here's idea. Have you ever tried to do any of the following by yourself? Say, fixing a plumbing leak in your own house, and you are not a professional plumber. Replacing a kitchen countertop, and you are not a contractor. You are not a carpenter, but you wanted to do this in your own house. Have you ever tried to replace a car stereo, and you are not a tech specializing in car radio? How many times did you have to go back to Home Depot? And have you ever got so brave? You put your entire family in a minivan and drove across the country for vacation. What can possibly go wrong? Have you seen National Lampoon's Family Vacation by Chevy Chase? Have you heard of Murphy's Law? Anything can go wrong. It will, and it will happen at the worst possible time. And the point here is, if you've done it, something has gone wrong. So ask the candidate, so you do this for a living? Yeah, you done this before? How many years? How many times? And do things always go smoothly? And what went wrong? You need to come up with a wording for your own industry, for your own profession, for your own situation. And if their answer is and if they answer with something like this, 30-year experience, nothing ever goes wrong. Nothing ever went wrong. That's a sign that he has never, ever done it. Nothing ever goes wrong. 30 years. He has never done it. If they answer, where do I start? And go on talking about all the things that went wrong with emotion. He's telling the truth. That is someone who has done it, and he's telling the truth. And we have a follow-up question. Just to make sure that the candidate is telling the truth about what went wrong. And the question is, so how did you fix it? So you said this one wrong, that one wrong, right? Okay, so how did you fix it? And the answer you want to hear is, yeah, so I tried ABC, that did not work. I tried DEF, and not only that did not work, I created the second problem. So I tried the next 3 letters in the alphabet, and I created a third problem. I created the fourth problem. And I was frustrated, I was scared, I didn't know what to do, but I kept on trying until I tried X and Y and Z, and I finally solved the original problem and all the other problems I have created by myself. And because of the whole thing, I learned this and that and the other and why it went wrong. What did I not know? Why did I not know? And so on and so forth. You want to hear the frustration, the persistence, and then the pride, the final pride, and then the frustration. You want to hear the emotion in their answers. And that's how you know it's true. Okay. One day I was teaching this example in a seminar room. And then I was saying, how many times did you have to get back to Home Depot? And then a student sitting in the audience yelled out, if you can find someone at Home Depot. That's a sign that he has been to Home Depot many, many times. And we all know the experience. You get to Home Depot and you can't find an employee there to help you. There are just rows and rows and shops of merchandise, and there's no experts to help you to find what you need. And here comes the bonus question. Bonus question number 1. It goes like this. So, why are you leaving your current place of employment? Why are you leaving? Okay. If they say, there's too much drama, usually they are the source of the drama. They are the drama. Okay. Avoid them like the plague. Do not hire them. They will do nothing but bring drama to your current place of peace and tranquility. Don't hire them. The sort of answer you want to hear should sound something like this. Oh yeah, I've learned so much in my current place. I've been there for 5 years, 10 years. I learned so much, and I learned everything there is to learn. And I want to learn more. And I need to challenge myself to do more, learn more, do more, be more capable, so I can contribute more, have bigger fun with bigger games, and earn more money for me and my family. I'm hungry for my next challenge. That's the sort of employee you want to hire. Bonus question number 2. What is the purpose of a business? Okay, what is the purpose of a business? The right answer, the correct answer is to make money. To make money for the business owner. Any other answer implies the candidate will be nothing but trouble. Bonus question number 3. Do you have any questions for me? Just ask them. Give them opportunity. Give them the opportunity to ask you any questions they may have. Do you have any questions for me? What questions do you have for me? I ask a lot of questions. It's only fair. What questions do you have for me or for our company? Okay. And their questions are indicators of their true focus. Are they focused on what are others not doing to satisfy my never-ending wants? Or are they focused on what contributions can I make here? Okay, into the making of the pie. Okay, what will I be challenged with? What will I be learning here? And what kind of a growth opportunity do I have to grow myself, to become technically more capable and wiser and smarter and stronger in terms of my mental strength, in terms of my emotional intelligence, in terms of my emotional maturity. So I become a wiser person, a more capable person, and a bigger contributor, and be able to contribute to business and society at large. That's the sort of people you want to hire. If their question is all about what others are not doing for me to make my life easier, that's the sort of person you want to avoid. You don't want to hire them. Those are mistakes. You don't want to hire a mistake by mistake. So if you need coaching in this area, okay, don't hesitate to contact me. My contact details are linked below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends who are also on their path of self-development.